like some kind of cartoon character with a blonde perm. I didn't even flinch. Instead, I calmly reached into my back pocket and pulled out a rolled-up document. It was a federal historic landmark certificate, embossed, notarized, and officially blessed by the National Registry. And then I spoke slowly, making sure she understood every word. Dorothy, you just threatened a federal asset with a firearm. Her hands started shaking. The gun dropped. Her mouth fell open like she'd just seen a ghost. That was the moment I knew I had her. But let me back up and tell you how we got to this insane situation in the first place. My name is Tom Henderson. I'm not the kind of guy who goes looking for trouble. I'm a fifth-generation rancher turned civil engineer. I inherited Henderson Ranch, a 22-acre plot with a 150-year-old barn, an antique windmill, and a herd of goats that have been in my family for decades. Life was peaceful, quiet, exactly how I liked it. Then came Pine Ridge Estates, a so-called luxury eco-HOA development. They bought up the surrounding land, built identical beige townhomes, and somehow decided that my property fell within what they called the visual footprint of the community. Enter Dorothy Fitzgerald, HOA president, self-proclaimed lifestyle influencer, retired substitute drama teacher with an obsession for khaki pants and threatening people with lawsuits. From day one, she had it out for me. She called my land a visual toxin. She claimed my barn violated something she completely made up, modern harmony aesthetics. At first, I thought she was just another annoying neighbor with too much time on her hands. I had no idea she was about to declare all-out war on me and my family's legacy. The harassment started small, but escalated quickly. Fake violations, citations like unauthorized wood coloration not found on the HOA earth tone spectrum, or possession of heritage livestock without HOA vetting. Even a complaint that my windmill blade rotations caused ambient distress to the community. I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. But Dorothy wasn't satisfied with paperwork. She organized what she called compliance walks, which were really just trespassing sessions. She told neighborhood kids not to look at my barn for legal reasons. I found threatening notes in my mailbox. Historic doesn't mean immune. Your days are numbered, rancher. She even contacted real estate agents, warning them about the unstable man with a feral barn. When I put up a private property sign, she installed a bigger one next to it, pending relocation to preserve aesthetic continuity. The woman was completely unhinged. Things boiled over when Dorothy started holding emergency HOA meetings about my property. She compared my barn to abandoned ghost town buildings. She proposed a visual rehabilitation project, which basically meant modernize my historic structures or tear them down. Then came her biggest mistake. One sunny Tuesday afternoon, Dorothy crossed my fence line, carrying a pearl-handled revolver and a fake permit she had printed at home on pink stationery. She actually believed her made-up documents gave her authority to enforce HOA rules through any means necessary. But what Dorothy didn't know was that I had been preparing for this escalation for 2 years. From the very start, I had applied to have Henderson Ranch designated as a federal historic site. 3 months before she pulled that gun, it was approved. My barn, my windmill, even my goats were now federally protected assets. And here's what really made me smile. There's a clause in the Historic Preservation Code that triggers automatic federal response to any hostile attempt to displace or damage a landmark. And I had everything documented. Every trespassing incident, every fake violation, every threatening note, security cameras around the property, drone footage of Dorothy screaming in my pasture. Let's burn this old thing down and put up a yoga dome. She had no idea she was being recorded. So when she pointed that gun at me, she wasn't threatening me. She was threatening the United States government. 48 hours later, 2 unmarked black SUVs rolled into Pine Ridge Estates. Federal agents from the Department of the Interior stepped out, mirrored sunglasses, business expressions. They walked straight to Dorothy's house with a warrant and a list of charges that made her blood run cold. She tried to spin it, claiming she feared for the community's future. She said the gun wasn't loaded. She even argued that as HOA president, she had sovereign authority over all properties in the visual footprint. The agents weren't amused. The investigation uncovered everything. Her trespassing, her misuse of HOA funds, her fake enforcement schemes. Within a week, the entire HOA board resigned. And Dorothy? She faced 3 charges. One threatening a federally protected landmark with a firearm.